Hey guys, we're here to bring you at-home workout number 62. It's the workout of the day for Thursday, May 14th, and it's a very special workout. We're going to be doing Grace today. So let's start by getting you warmed up. You're going to start with a 400-meter run. When you come back, grab your favorite broomstick or piece of PVC pipe. You're going to start with 10 muscle clean and press. So what this means is he's going to clean it, that's from mid-chin to shoulder, but he doesn't bend his knees, right? His knees start bent. Once they go straight, they stay straight, and he just kind of pops this right up to his chest. And now it's a strict press overhead. He's going to give me 10 of those, muscle clean and press. Then 10 back squats. Sorry, that's really narrow, really short. 10 back squats and 20 jumping jacks. All right, now back through. We're going to make it a little more dynamic though. So we're going to do 10 power clean to push jerk. So for the power clean, he's catching it with a slight bend of the knee, and then he's going to jump and land underneath that and stand tall. Okay, the power clean push jerk. That's going to be the movement that folks are going to be using for Grace today if you have a barbell.
Okay.
All right, then 10 front squats. Okay, so now the bar is resting on his shoulders in that front rack position. He gives me 10 squats and 20 seal jacks. Okay, so now he's clapping together. One last time through, even more dynamic. This time we're going to go to squat clean. So in that clean, he has to get all the way to the bar into a full squat, stand tall, and a split jerk. There we go, and repeat. Okay. All right, 10 of those. If you are newer and you've never done squat cleans or split jerks, feel free to try, or you can just repeat the push press to push, the power clean to push jerk from the second time through. And then 10 overhead squats. And ending with 20 crossover jacks. All right, so that's quite a warm up. That's on purpose, guys. You know, the shorter the workout, the longer the warm up. So after a warm up like that, hopefully you know you're in for something short and intense. And that's exactly what Grace is.
Yeah. So Grace is one of my all-time favorite benchmarks in CrossFit. It is perhaps the fastest of the CrossFit benchmarks. It is 30 clean and jerks per time for men at 135, for women at 95 pounds. That's the classic Grace, and it's just the power clean to push jerk. Can you demo one real quick?
Right, so anyone who has a barbell at home, you're welcome to do this version. Start mid-shin.
Mid-shin, it's going to come up to her chest. She'll land in that partial knee bend, and then can you do that again?
The whole thing?
Yes. Notice she'll flow right through it, so she'll come up, catch on bent knees, and then use that bent knee position to launch up into the jerk, and then she finishes standing up all the way over her head. So that's the classic power clean and jerk with a bar. For at-home Grace, we're going to modify this. We're going to recognize that if you do 135 pounds 30 times, you've lifted 4,050 pounds from the ground to over your head.
Doesn't that just sound cool, guys? You've lifted 4,050 pounds in the course of like 5 minutes.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is have you lift 4,050 pounds. If you would typically do 135, you'll do 4,050 pounds from ground to overhead. So that could be a kettlebell, that could be a dumbbell, that could be an odd object, log, anything you need. But basically, if Nikki's going to use a dumbbell, she'll start off from mid-chin, and she can either go a snatch
snatch?
Yeah, either a snatch all the way up overhead, cool, or she can do a power clean up to her chest, and then a jerk. If anybody wants to get crazy, she could do a cluster.
Sure, I can.
So she'll launch it up, land in a squat, and then thruster it right up overhead. But you are going to figure out how many reps you're going to complete to get to that number, that 4,050, or for women to be 2,850. And we actually have...
So we made a pretty cool chart. I'm proud of this, guys. This is what you get when an engineer runs your CrossFit gym. So I'm not making you do math. We've done the math for you. Basically, if you look at the chart, on the left-hand side, it's what weight would you normally do for Grace, for barbell Grace, 30 clean and jerks. Based on that, we're kind of guessing what implement you might have available to you, dumbbell or kettlebell, and it's going to tell you exactly how many reps you need to do with that dumbbell or kettlebell. It also has on the far right side, if you're using an odd object. That would be really cool to do today. We've been using our dumbbell and kettlebell so much, it's an opportunity to do something goofy, a log, a suitcase, whatever you've got. Recognize that's a lot harder with an odd object, and so we've actually scaled it back to 2/3 of the total weight. So instead of the guys who normally would lift 4,050 pounds, if you're using an odd object, we're having you lift a total of 2,700 pounds. And we have broken down based on what weight you're using, how many reps you do. Okay? So that's what the chart is for. Hopefully you guys can read it and figure out what you're doing. If all else fails, get your object, turn off your head, and you're going for
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yep.
Okay, we have a cap at 10 minutes, and you'll just see how many can you do in 10 minutes.
Yeah. And the only thing we haven't really demoed so far is the odd object. So we have Nikki, who has a box full of...
Lacrosse balls, guys. We have your lacrosse balls. We'll get them out to you soon.
Yeah. So you got a real heavy box full of lacrosse balls here. The main thing is, you may do a power clean and jerk or a snatch. Let's do a power clean up to your chest first, of some kind, right? Up to her chest, and then she may have to reposition her hands, and then she'll press up overhead. That's for if you have something pretty heavy. It's also possible that you can just kind of pull this thing right up into your chest into kind of a snatch motion and just go, maybe.
Yep, got it.
There you go, and right up overhead. Either way is totally fine by us, right? Ground to overhead means it starts on the ground and finishes overhead. Nick, you do one more turn sideways.
Of the, which one?
Either one. The biggest thing I want to show you here is with an odd object, you'll see she still gets that straight back position. I don't even need you to go overhead. I just want to make sure. That's what we're looking for, right? If you have a log, a rock, whatever it is, just make sure you can get tight and get that straight spine before you go heaving that up.
All right. That's a lot we threw at you. At the end of the day, you're taking something heavy and you're moving it floor to overhead for less than 10 minutes, as fast as you can, racking up those reps. If you're using a dumbbell or odd object, these are high numbers. We're talking like in the realm of like 70 or 80 reps you have to get through to get to that magical total amount of weight lifted that we're shooting for.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
All right.
So that's going to take us to our cash out, which is going to be Tabata crunches. So just straight up, burn up your abs kind of work here. So Nikki can either keep her feet planted, or if she wants, she can pull them up into that 90 degree. Either one's totally fine. I love when people do crunches by just placing their fingertips on the back of their head and then very slowly crunching up and back down. And notice it's a Tabata, but that's more the time domain than for actually going for reps. That's the speed I'm looking for, where you've got constant tension on your abs as you fire away. Tabata means 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest for 8 rounds.
And remember, there's some pretty cool Tabata workout timer songs you can find. I'll try to link them for you.
Can we have a treat?
All right, one moment, Sage. We have 1 minute left. All right, the very last thing for cool down is going to be the hamstring crossover stretch. John's going to lay on his back, one leg up in the air, and he's going to cross that across his body. There we go. So that's probably helping you by helping under that table.
Nice.
And he's going to hang out there for a minute. If you can, grab your foot with your hands. That'll help you kind of pull it to the floor even a little bit more. 1 minute on each side.
Cool.
That's what we have for you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
I can't wait for my phone to be blowing up with text messages of questions all day long, but I'm ready for it. It's worth it. It's a special day, and we're happy to get to do grace.
Yeah.
All right, enjoy.
Good world.